Hello children, I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing fine. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to continue with the 9th chapter from your Honeycomb book, and this chapter is A Bicycle in Good Repair by Jerome K. Jerome. I have already finished making you write the meanings, and we had also started with the question and answers from your textbook, and now we are going to continue with the 6th question from your book. After that, we will continue with the working with language part. Okay, that is on page 133. Now, let's read this question first. Describe the fight between the man and the machine. Find the relevant sentences in the text and write them. The author's friend. Now, let's start writing this answer. Answer 6. Okay, it's continued. So, the author's friend was rash and overconfident of his skill. Yes, he started setting the bicycle right it was, so to say, a fight between him and the cycle. He first took off the front wheel. And then the gearbox. He faced a lot of problems. In fixing them again. He grappled with the machine and hurt himself badly. Okay, children. So please pause the. Moving ahead with the language part, read the following sentences. We should go for a long bicycle ride. I ought to have been firm. We mustn't lose any of them. I suggested that he should hold the fork and I should handle the wheel. The words in italics are modal auxiliaries. Children, this one I have already explained you when we were learning the grammar chapter of modals. Modal auxiliaries are used with verbs to express notions such as possibility, permission, willingness, obligation, necessity, etc. And should, must and ought to generally expresses moral obligation, necessity and desirability. Look at the following. We should go on a holiday. This is a suggestion. It is a good idea for us to go on a holiday. He is not too well these days. He must see a doctor before he comes worse. This is a necessity, compulsion or necessity, which you have to do. Okay, it is absolutely essential or necessary for him to see a doctor. You ought to listen to me. I am well over a decade older than you. More emphatic than should. Okay, so when you want to imply or give more emphasis to your sentence or to the obligation that the person needs to do, we use ought to. Since I am older than you, it is advisable that you listen to me. Should and ought to are often used interchangeably. That means you can use either of them. Rewrite each of the following sentences using should, ought to, must in place of the italicized words. Make other changes wherever required. Okay. Now, you are obliged to do your duty irrespective of consequences. So, you must do your duty irrespective of the consequences. So, we have working with language now. Number 1, you must do your duty irrespective of consequences. Number 2, you will do well to study at least for an hour every day. You should study at least for an hour every day. Okay, number 3. The doctor says it is necessary for her to sleep 8 hours every night. The doctor says she must sleep. The doctors say she must sleep The doctors say she must sleep 8 hours every night. You ought to show respect towards elders and affection towards youngsters. Okay, this one. You ought to, this is moral obligation. So you ought to show respect towards elder and affection towards youngsters. And affection towards youngsters. Number 5. If you want to stay healthy, you must exercise regularly. If you want to stay healthy, you must exercise regularly. Okay. I hope you have finished this, children. Now we can move ahead with number 6. Okay, now number 6. You should take a walk every morning. You should, this is a suggestion, you should take a walk every morning. Number 7. You must not stand on your head. Number 8. As he has a cold, he should go to bed. As he has a cold, he should go to bed. Okay children, so we are done with this one. Now moving ahead. You should, must, ought to appropriately in the following sentences. Number 1. This one is number 2 of this one. People who live in glass houses dash not throw stones. Should not. Number 1. Number 2. You dash wipe your feet. You must wipe your feet before coming into the house, especially during the rains. You dash do what the teacher tells you. You must do. Number 4. The pupils were told that they dash write more neatly. They must. The pupils were told that they should. Number 5. Number 5. Sign in front of a park. You must not walk on the grass. Must. Number 6. You ought to be ashamed of. Ought. Ought to be ashamed of yourself having made such a remark. Number 7. He left home at 9 o'clock. He should. Number 8. Whatever happened to the chocolate cake? How should I know? Should. Okay. Now, we are done with this also. Number 3 now. 2 or more single sentences can be combined to form a single sentence. Read the following. This sentence is in fact a combination of 2 sentences. I made an effort. I was pleased with myself. Now read this sentence. I did not see why he should shake it. This is also a combination of 2 sentences like I did not see it. Why should he shake it? Divide each of the following sentences into 2 parts. Write meaningful parts. If necessary, supply a word or 2 to make each part or each sentence meaningful. Okay. Now, I went to the tool shed to see what I could find. Now, here we have to use 3 sentences, form 3 sentences. So, for number 1, let's see the 3 sentences. One can be, I went, let's separate it. I went to the tool shed. Then what we can write, I wanted a tool. And number 3, third sentence, I wanted to see what I could find. I wanted to see what I could find. Number 2. When I came back, he was sitting on the ground. I came back, he was sitting on the ground. 3, we may as well see what is the matter with it. Now it is out. Okay. Number 4. He said he hoped we had got them all. He said, so this is complete sentence. He hoped, complete sentence. We had got them all. Yes. Number 5. I had to confess it. He was right. I had to confess it. He was right. Okay, now number 4 we have, see here, N acts as a prefix put at the beginning or as a suffix put at the end. So prefixes and suffixes, children, you must know, some letters or some addition is done to the root word, and some letters are added before the root word. So those letters are known as prefixes, and suffix are those letters which are added at the end of the root word to form some words, other new word actually. So like see, it will act as prefix, as in N plus courage. So courage is the root word and N word is added before it, placed before it to make encourage. Weak. Okay, so weak is the root word here, and N is added at the end, that is suffix is added, and it becomes weaken. Now ending, barren. Sometimes it is an integral part of a word. Like you cannot use ding like as a root word. So ending is a root word itself. Barren. So bar is not like that. Barren is the word. So it's the root word. Now arrange the words given in the box under the 3 headings. N, courage as a suffix, and then N as a part of word. So we have to arrange that way. We have some group of words here. So let's do them all. I hope you have finished this, children. So just we have this much. So this will be enough space that needs to be cleared. Okay. Now this one is number 4. N as prefix first, then N as suffix, and N as part of a word. Okay. Now in the first one, encourage. Second, soften. Listen. Enable, enclose, endanger. Soften, dampen, fasten, weaken. As the suffix, en is used at the end of the root words, you can see, so it's the suffix. Now listen, barren, even, enclave. Yes, children, so these all are what? These all are root words, part of a word only, we have used the word N. So this actually completes our exercises also of this chapter. We are going to meet again with a poem, The Garden Snake, in our next video lesson. Till then, children, please take care of yourself and your family, and keep revising your lessons. Do revise it because it's very important, and we will meet again in your next video lesson. Bye-bye for today, children. Have a good day.